Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. This is the AI Wrappers Encore webinar live. I don't have any music to cue up, or I would have. I could have made it with the software. So AI Wrappers, basically we have something for everyone today. Just for attending this webinar, we will be sending you 3 bonuses that we made using AI Wrappers itself. And if you happen to purchase the product today after we give you some training on what's going on with AI apps, well, guess what? You get 5 more that we made with AI Wrappers already and done. So we have lots of bonuses there, and I have a very, very special bonus as well if you should purchase. Should I give a hint? It has to do with me promoting you. We'll talk about that later. The other thing I want to remind you is to be very attentive and very proactive, because just like yesterday evening when we held the original webinar, this is, of course, same webinar as yesterday, but different because it's live, and here I am. But we did give out cash reimbursements for anyone that purchased, basically, if you got a couple of things right. We did ask some questions from earlier in the webinar, and then those that got it right, we selected from you. About 10 people on each one of the questions got it right, and we selected from those 10. And also those that were very proactive, we rewarded as well. Now, you're making history today because you're about to discover seriously one of the best products ever, one of the most successful products of the year, as a matter of fact, in the JVZoo marketplace, because everyone on the webinar last night was just bowled over. They couldn't believe what this software could do. Why? It's because this app makes apps, and it makes apps so much more successfully than anything that we've ever seen before, and so much more affordably and with so much ease of use, where you turn simple ideas into fully working white label AI apps, complete with your own branding. That's why it's white label. Everything, it can be structured the way you want in the app so that it looks like you want, that it acts like you want, has your pay link in there for payment collection, has lead capture in there so you could build a list from it, and you could even have your name in the branding of this app as well. So this is your app. You start with an idea, you then produce the app just from the idea. You just write it down, and then you go straight to income if you want, or you could collect leads from giving it away or using it as a bonus. So building and selling AI-powered tools without needing to code, meaning no programmers. It's just too easy to believe. Now, what kind of apps? Well, in just a moment, I'm going to show you some video clips that I put together, okay? But that's not all it does by any means. We have text apps. You could create newsletters and blogs. You could do SEO research on a website. We have image apps. We have video apps. You name it, you could do it with AI Wrappers. Now, here's an example. I'm just going to start off the webinar by showing you an example of some of the clips that I produced early yesterday. It was in the wee hours of the morning yesterday that I wanted to just see if it had that capability of producing those kind of video clips that really turn people's heads. And this is just an example if I was to take it to the max. Let me show you this, then we'll move on, because this isn't all it does by any means.
I can't believe we were created with an app produced by AI Wrappers.
Ain't had a decent beer in days. What's a cowboy got to do to get a cold one around here?
We were created with an app produced by AI Wrappers. Can I have a bit of that?
All right, so what happened there was I just wanted to test out the ability to make an app that would take prompts that I gave it and see if I could do just that. And I'll talk much more about the creation of those particular video clips later on, because one of them was produced with a prompt creator that I actually made And you've got to understand, this was made by Rohit and myself, this app, AI Wrappers, Rohit Shah. But Rohit's team, they're the programmers, okay? They're the ones that really understand how to use this. I'm kind of the layman here. I'm the guy that's presenting it. I'm the guy that's involved with it, but I'm by no means a programmer or technical at all. I'm just like you. I'm the average user, and I just wanted to, see what it would do. So online AI tools is an explosive opportunity. This is really where the webinar is beginning, right here. We wanted to tell you it's $300 billion market, believe it or not. You see, most people are consuming these tools. They're consuming AI. They're using these AI tools. And we're stuck in that rut. Me too, but solopreneurs are building income and their businesses with AI tools by flipping it around. And this is important in today's day and age because AI obviously is coming for our jobs, but we're the ones that can seize this opportunity and kind of get ahead of the curve. Now, programmers, if you wanted to do that, are just too expensive to produce apps that you can sell or give away. Programmers or coders are very, very expensive. They're not always available. They're often unreliable. There's so many horror stories on them. There's more horror stories about programmers than they are about people on dating sites. I mean, it is crazy how many stories you'll hear. So how do you solve this with AI? Well, the solution would be something called an AI wrapper. And this is fun. I want to ask you, what the heck is an AI wrapper? Put a 1 in the chat box if you know, and put a 2 in the chat box if you don't know what an AI wrapper is by definition. Okay, so not this software, but by definition, put a 2 in the chat box if you don't know, a 1 in the chat box if you do. I just want to see where we stand on that. Wow, that's even more impressive than last night. Virtually nobody, including myself, knew what an AI wrapper is. Now, a few of you, about 10%, indicated that you did know, so I'm going to quickly explain it because it is actually kind of cool. An AI wrapper can take the abilities of AI models and repackage them, kind of like you're rewrapping a Christmas present. All the AIs are in the back end, and then you have a user interface in the front end that makes it easy to access all the AIs and makes it easy to get them to produce apps. All right. Now, that's what an AI wrapper is. But let's talk about what AI wrappers, the product, is. Wouldn't you know it, even though AI wrapper is a common term among the technical people, it's not so common among the rest of us, as you've discovered just moments ago. So we were able to get AI wrappers as a product name before anyone else. Nobody thought of using that name before. So AI wrappers is the same name that we've adopted. And what we do is we give you the easiest way to create and sell AI-powered tools for any niche with no technical skills. And yes, we call it AI wrappers, just like the definition. All you have to do with our AI wrappers is just speak or type what you want, and the app is ready. Now, I prefer to type. I've always been a fast typer, so I just type the sentence real quick. But if you're not that comfortable typing one sentence, then you could just speak the question that you want the AI to produce the app with. It supports a whole bunch of AIs. GPT-4, Claude, Gemini, DALL-E, Replicate, even VO3 is in there. You saw a little bit of VO3 and some other video ones that produced those clips earlier. It not only creates the app, but it hosts the app on our server if you want, and that's where it defaults to, plus the page to sell it from. In other words, the page that the app is on itself, it comes up as an actual page, and you collect leads from that page if you want, and you collect payments from that page directly because you hook up your Stripe right into our app. Now, to local businesses is a place you could sell this, or you could sell this directly on social media, these apps that you produce, or you could sell them through ads, or you could sell them through sites like Warrior Plus, and we'll go over all that later. But what I really recommend that you do with this first and foremost, right off the bat, immediately, is give them away. This is the famous marketing guru Neil Patel. Look what he says about building your business. He says, we give away many different software tools. Notice he said software tools for free, and it's how we generate more than 30,000 leads every month. Now, I watched his videos on this and I read his posts on this. And what he's saying is giving away ebooks and things like that just don't cut it. People want software, little software tools, and that's how you can get the lead most effectively. Now, I actually knew the same thing back in 2007. That's right. I guess you don't say 2007. It was 2007. Watch me. This is a young Todd Gross as I discovered this just 1 year into my career, and I blew up my business doing that same exact thing, giving away pieces of software monthly. Watch this. What if I was to tell you that you can get free internet marketing products that are new, fresh, and easy to download, and you don't have to, well, jump through hoops to get them? That's just one of the things that we actually are featuring at a site called freemonthlygift.com. Freemonthlygift.com. Basically, I came up with that idea with the help of my partner at the time, Derek Van Dyke. I went to another friend of mine. We set up a site. We had kind of an elaborate system where we gave away monthly AI tools, but they weren't AI tools yet because there was no AI. They were software tools. And the problem we had was we needed a programmer or we needed private label rights products, and we eventually ran out of them. I started giving away things that weren't software. It wasn't as effective. And eventually I failed. It took a few years, but by that time I had grown my business so much that I had exploded. And that's how my internet marketing career was born. So if I could do it with that, you can too. Let's dive in. This is what the actual interface on the inside is going to look like. It's going to give you three choices. On the left is create via chat, where you just talk to the thing, and you'll see this in the demo in just a minute. Hang in there because the demo is really cool. And you can create from a template. Now, a template is very interesting. When you think templates, usually you think of things that are done. Well, they're actually not done. You're seconds away from finishing when you click on a template. You'll see that on the inside. You haven't deployed your app yet, but all the fields are filled in with all the things that need to be filled in. Then you just click through it and you change anything you want, and boom, you immediately come out with the app that was intended to be in the template. And you could change it from there and build off templates as well. Or you could create from scratch, which is actually similar to creating from a template, as you'll see, except all the fields are blank. Okay, so we have in there over 100 templates for you to use and enjoy, and those templates go way across the entire spectrum of internet marketing and marketing in general. We're talking about not just video and text apps, but we're also talking about the ability to evaluate websites, the ability to produce newsletters. I mean, it's crazy how many templates we have in there that are already made for you to work off of right off the bat. We are dealing on the inside with some great integrations that you will be making. You'll integrate into OpenAI, Gemini, Fall.ai, Anthropic, Claude, of course, Replicate, and the ones that you will be likely using the most are the ones that don't really cost you anything, which would be Google Gemini and OpenAI. That's basically free Gemini, so you'll really enjoy using that on the inside because your integrations are important so that everything is working. On the bottom right, you see Stripe in there. That means that your pay button will be in there when you want people to pay for your app. Integrating in terms of tips here, I want to talk about the best outputs and results you might be getting in general on OpenAI, but Gemini is really, really good as well, and Gemini is virtually free, so you don't have to really pay for Gemini whatsoever, and OpenAI is really cheap too. And the video, image, and audio apps that are in there, oh my goodness, it just gives you power. You can make powerful apps that are unbelievable with Replicate, and Fall.ai actually includes VO3 among others. So that's basically what you're using on the back end because we're wrapping it all around. All right, so you want to see some examples of this. I've been rambling for too long. The first example I want to show you is how I created a video AI app solely from chatting. Okay, so let me show you what the chat looks like. So on the left-hand side of your screen, look how easy this is. It's ridiculous. In fact, I did this last night after the webinar, just before I went to sleep, so it only took me a few minutes. It says, hi there. Actually, it was a few seconds. Hi there, I'm your AI app creator. How can I help you to build your app today? Look what I wrote on the bottom. I wrote, please create a text-to-video app that can also function as an image-to-video app. So what I'm asking it to do is to produce an app that will allow people to write a description and video will come out. And I'm also asking it to produce an app at the same time that will produce a video from just an image that someone plugs in. So this is what the chat box looks like. You see how I was asking for a text to video and image to video app to be created there? Well, this is what it came up with. You're looking on the left-hand side, what the end user of the app would see. The app is asking for you, the end user, not you, but the person that you're selling the app to, the end user, it's asking them to choose between text to video or image to video. You see at the top how it says choose functionality, and then underneath it says video prompt, and underneath that it has a source image if you need to put an image in, and under that it says motion description, because if you put a source image in, it's going to want you to describe the motion. So there we are. Just from this, I was able to get this app, and then here's the result. Oh, this doesn't have audio in this clip, so I don't have to put it next to the microphone. This was a dancing cowboy next to a horse is what I asked for. That was a text prompt that I asked for. And then I asked for skunk and cat eating out of the same bowl at the same time. The reason I did that is I once had a cat, and I opened the door to the garage, and inside the garage, there was a skunk and my cat eating out of the bowl at the same time. It actually happened. I am not kidding. Here's the second example, text-based app created from a template. Let's get off the video for a second. Text-based stuff is really important. In this particular case, what I wanted to do is make a TikTok script generator. I used the other one here that I mentioned before. Let me just show you what I'm doing. I'm going through basically the things I showed you earlier. Remember I said there's 3 ways to produce it? One is to create via chat on the left. We did that already. Now we're looking at create from template. So this template had already existed, what I'm about to show you right now. So let me get back to that. Our example 2, text-based app created from an existing template. So this is the template. All it is a series of things that you would normally need to fill out, but it's pre-filled out for you. So for instance, on this page where it says app details, it's already filled out that you're producing a TikTok script generator. The description is already there. The app logo is already there. Everything is already there. All these things can be changed and customized, but if you just want to get straight to the app itself, all you have to do is click the next button on the bottom right. You see where it says next? So you just keep clicking that over and over again, and it will create the app right in front of your eyes. And this is the TikTok script genie that I made last night. This was around, I don't know, 1 in the morning I made this. So it's actually today that I made this. And notice I am now the end user looking at it. So I put Todd in for my name. I put my email address right under that. The video topic or idea I chose was the history of large solar storms and impact on Earth. Then I wrote, this is targeted towards astronomy enthusiasts. And then it asks a main message or hook. I wrote, we can end up with power outages and more from solar storms in the future. Why did I do that? Because I have a TikTok account. I wanted to produce an actual video script that I could read on my TikTok account, and I'm in the astronomy niche on TikTok. And look what it produced for me after I input those things. Opening shot, Todd stands in front of a dramatic backdrop of swirling solar flares with intense music playing softly in the background. And then I'm supposed to say this. Did you know that a solar storm could knock out power grids and disrupt our daily lives? And then it says, cut to a quick montage of historical images, telegraph lines sparking, people reading by candlelight, and a modern cityscape going dark. I'm going to tell you something funny in just a minute. Then I come back on and I say, in 1859, the Carrington event was the largest solar storm ever recorded. It lit up the skies and fried telegraph systems worldwide. Imagine that happening today. Okay, and it goes on from there. Why is that so important, what I just read to you? Because I actually made a TikTok that was almost word for word the same as what you just saw the AI produce. I actually already did this last year and got thousands and thousands of views from my TikTok about the Carrington event. Now, notice I didn't tell it to talk about the Carrington event, which was the biggest solar storm the Earth has ever had in recent centuries. But it knew to put that in there. So I thought that was really cool. All right, let's go over a third example. This example is an image-based AI app where I created from scratch a hair color changer. So what I did is I went in here, okay, and it says create your AI app. And the app name that I put in was Virtual Hair Color Try-On. And the description of the app is I wanted to display hair colors virtually by uploading your photo and describing basically what the hair color should be. Now, I created that app. It's in there now as a template as well. It was adopted by Rohit and company. They liked it so much, but look what it does. The hair color changer created by me, now also a template. I took Jennifer Lawrence on the middle there, and notice I was able to make her hair brunette on the upper right, and I was able to make red hair on the lower left just by requesting that we see what she would look like with those alternate hair colors. That would be a great app to give away to build leads with or sell at a dime sale for a low cost. It's a lot of fun, and you'll be able to see me actually do that in the demo, which I'm going to show you right now. Now I'm going to check for any questions here. Yep, you guys are getting your questions answered in the question answer box. I appreciate it. Are you guys ready to see the demo? Because it's really, really cool. It's 20 minutes long, but it shows the inside and how I do all these things and just how easy it is to do them. Are you guys ready? Yes, Stephen, yes. Woohoo! Ready, Freddy, says Tony. All right, let me play that demo for you. Hopefully, GoToWebinar is going to be my friend today. Turn up your speakers just a little bit when I play this demo. Sometimes it's slightly low, the audio, once the demo rolls. And you can take the screen that's going to be popping up on your screen and enlarge it, I believe, in case it's not taking up the entire screen. This is going to be fun to watch. Here's the demo of AI Wrappers on the inside. Okay, so here we are inside the dashboard of AI Wrappers. First thing that I suggest you do is you go to, you could go to AI Creator and just start creating right off the bat something fresh and new, but why don't we go to My Apps instead, the second one down here, or the third one down, and that is going to show us something that we could do at the top. Now we can make this light or dark if we want. Let's create dark for a little more contrast right now. And rather than create via chat, which is the really easy way, where you just start talking, or create from scratch where you fill in some fields, let's create from a template. So when you use one that's already there, the template's already there, it throws you into basically the start from scratch mode, but everything is filled out for you. All right, so everything is basically done. Now we could go in through each one of these details and we could change things. But since it's already done, let's just blow through it. All right. So the app name has already been chosen. The description has already been chosen. The logo's already been chosen. So let's go to the next page. It shows which, for instance, model's been selected. So we can continue on to next. It shows what the interface is set up with in terms of the colors and all that kind of thing. We don't necessarily have to change that. And it shows how the access is right now set to free. We could put a password protected access, or we could go through a paid system by connecting your Stripe. And that means you could actually put a pay button on there if you want. But we're going to go with public and free, which is right now how it is set up. We could work on the captcha protection, like we can enable captcha, but we're not going to do that right now. We'll just blow through this, and we're going to not use our custom domain. We don't want to do that. We're going to just use a subdomain, so it will be actually hosted on our site, all right? And we're just going to hit publish. So it's already done. It is already done. Now, that's because it came off of a template where everything was filled in for you. And all we have to do is just copy this URL that it produced. And now what we do is we just go to, let's say, anything like Chrome, and paste it in. And this is the actual app. It's hosted on our site. It has several input. It wants our name, like Todd Gross, my email, toddwx@gmail.com. And the reason it's doing that, and that field was selected and chosen by our template, is because we want to capture someone's email when we give this app away. And the web page URL that we're going to analyze here, in this case, let's do Rohit's. RohitShah.com. Let's see what it says about his site. We'll hit generate. Okay, so here's the SEO analysis report for RohitShah.com. It says there is no meta description detected. The absence of a meta description means search engines may auto-generate one, which reduce click-through rates. Then it gives a recommendation. Meta keywords currently, none are present. Recommendations, no action needed, it says. Keyword usage, and it continues to analyze the site. Content quality, currently the homepage is extremely sparse, with only a name and a few social profile links. Rohit, you got to fix your site. Anyway, you get the point. This has, just a complete breakdown of how his site can be improved. All right. And we've done that through this app that we produced. And we can now offer this app as a freebie, or we can even sell it for a low cost, or we could use this to help local businesses, right? We could go to a local business and say, hey, would you like an analysis of your website? We will do that for free for you, and then we can work with you to improve your website. So that's just an example of one of the hundreds and hundreds and thousands of apps that you can produce. Now let's go to something more visual. Okay, so back at the dashboard, I want you to notice on the left-hand side of your screen, we have some really cool things, such as integrations where you could connect with the AIs and your Stripe account. We have farther down, we have this, the Help Center. If I click on that as an example, notice that the integrations are completely trained for you, or in other words, we have the tutorials in there for you. For instance, here's the OpenAI integration, how to get your OpenAI API key. All that kind of stuff is there, and of course the tutorials for actually using this as well. We have best practices, we have getting started. It's all there on the left-hand side of the menu. Rather than getting bogged down with that right now, though, let's take you to making another app. Remember, I said a good place to start, in my opinion, is by clicking this third tab down, which is My Apps. The reason is, it gives me a choice whether to create via chat, create from a template like you saw me do just moments ago, or create from scratch. Create from scratch, I just want to show you, is very similar to creating from a template, except nothing is filled in. So you have to fill in the app details and that sort of thing. But this can all be automatically filled in by doing the one that makes this stand out above all the others, and that's create via chat. So to create a new app via chat, all you have to do is click Get Started. And let's do one that's more visual this time. So it says, hi there, I'm your AI app creator. How can I help you build your app today? Well, I have a great idea. All right. I want to create an actual app that's going to allow us to change the hair color. All right. The actual hair color of a person. All right. So I have to give you a little tip. And the tip is that I actually did this previously, and it was so successful in terms of our beta testers that that is also now a template. But I'm going to show you how I did it. I said, I would like an app that will take a picture of a person and can change their hair color. All right? That's all I'm writing. And that's it. And now it's going to come up with a response. It says, great idea. We can produce an AI-powered tool that allows users to upload a picture and change the hair color. To get started, could you please provide more details on the following? What specific hair colors would you like to offer as options? All right. Do you have any specific design preferences, or would you like a logo? All right. So as per your choice is what I'm going to write. I'm going to let it do the whole thing. And yes, include a logo. All right, so it's going to produce a logo. It's going to do the whole thing for me. And now I just have to click return. Okay, it says here's the configuration for your app that changes hair color. Your app is ready and everything is done. So let's click create. And now it is actually done. You can see the confetti falling, and it is on our server ready to go. It's deployed already, and we just copy that link, and let's put that link in another box, in a browser, paste and go. And here is, it created this just now. Just from what I wrote, it created this. So it says hair color changer, transform your look, easily change your hair color with our AI tool. Welcome to Hair Color Changer. Upload a photo. So we're going to upload a photo. I think some of you already saw that I found a photo of Jennifer Lawrence. So I'm going to upload that right there with blonde hair. And now I'm going to select, oh, it's giving me a choice of colors. Brown. I'm going to select brown hair and change the color. You see how it did that? Previously, when I created this last run, it didn't give me a choice of colors. It just said, what color do you want? And there she is with brown hair. That app is now done. Imagine you can actually go and sell that or give that away as a lead magnet right now. It's already done, and there it is. All right, so let's go back to the starting point that I like to go to, and that's my apps on the left-hand side. Now, previously, what I was showing you was a different workspace. I was showing you the workspace where we were creating bonuses for the webinar that we're doing. And now I'm back to my testing workspace, which is actually my own account that I've been working on. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to show you a few of the things I've been working on. Such as I created a logo creator last night. I created an email newsletter writer. I created a text to video creator. So one of the things you can do with this software is you could actually use VO3 in the back end of the software to produce videos. That's right, videos with speaking and music and all that kind of thing. However, that gets a little bit pricey. But I wanted to just try out that functionality to see if it worked. And indeed it did. I produced a VO3 video producer, which we'll look at, but I also realized that it's a little bit complicated for me to write the prompts for VO3. I know they should be rather detailed. So what am I going to do about that? Can I just go somewhere, look for a prompt creator? And I said, no, I don't need that. I could create one right here with AIWrappers. So that's exactly what I did. Let's preview my VO3 prompt creator. Now, remember, all I did is I just went into chat and I said, all right, chat, just produce a prompt producer for me that's going to help me to create detailed enough prompts so that VO3 will be able to give me great output. And when I did that, it produced this for me. So it needs a subject, for instance. It suggested all these fields. So the subject, in this case, we could write a young boy and girl. at a, all right, we don't have to write the setting yet, just a young boy and girl. A young boy, let's write 12 years old, and girl 10 years old, with blonde hair, wearing jeans and a flannel shirt. And the boy, 12 years old, with brown hair, wearing a t-shirt, gray, and jeans. Okay. So that's our subject. The setting, we're going to do a carnival scene. The dialogue, have the girl turn to the boy and say, I can't believe we were produced with AI wrappers. Music style, we want to do carnival music. Mood and atmosphere, festive. Additional details, have the girl eating cotton candy with some on her face. I'm trying to think of anything else. Now, I actually did this last night. It was very similar, but let's run this and see how it creates the prompt, right? So now I'm doing generate prompt. A young boy, 12 years old, with brown hair, wearing a gray t-shirt and jeans. All right, we wrote that, but now the setting is a vibrant and colorful carnival scene with various attractions like a Ferris wheel, a merry-go-round, and game stalls in the background. I didn't write that. It wrote that. It remembered that that's the kind of thing you have in a carnival. The atmosphere is bustling with people and enjoying the festivities. The dialogue, just as we wrote it, but it says with a playful expression. She says, I can't believe we were produced with AI wrappers. The music style, upbeat and lively carnival music that complements the festive atmosphere with sounds of laughter and distant carnival rides enhancing the scene. The mood and the atmosphere, festive and joyful, capturing the excitement and fun of a day at the carnival. And additional details, the girl is holding a stick of cotton candy with some of the fluffy treat stuck to her face, adding a touch of humor and realism to the scene. The boy looks amused by her appearance, adding to the playful interaction between them. So you see how it added the kind of details that VO3 is able to capitalize on as one of the best AI video producers out there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just copy all that, all right? Edit, copy. And now that I copied that, we could go in and actually plug this in. So here we are back at My Apps, and here's the actual VO3 video producer. It's going to want a prompt like that, so let's preview it. And it just asks for a video prompt. That's all it needs. And now that we have a good video prompt, we're going to just paste that in and then generate. So we click generate, and I'm not going to do it right now because I already just did it, and I came up with a result. And let's take a look at that result.
I can't believe we were created with an app produced by AI wrappers. Can I have a bit of that?
All right, so you get the idea. It produced the crowd in the background. It had her eating the cotton candy messily. You saw I added a little dialogue from the boy as well earlier. And here's another I produced last night.
Ain't had a decent beer in days. What's a cowboy got to do to get a cold one around here?
Okay, let's see how some of my other ones that I produced last night are working. Again, all these could be given away or sold. This was so easy to produce. I just said, come up with a logo producer for me, and it basically put everything in there. Welcome to the logo creator, logo description. Let's do what's our logo going to be for? Let's do a video-oriented logo. A video-oriented logo that features a camera or play button. Yeah, that's like a play button and a camera combined. You see how it did the vibrant colors, the play button, and the camera combined. So I'm going to save that one too and actually use it later. And finally, let's try to create something that I've never tried before, and that is facial hair remover, facial hair producer. You get the point. I want to change the amount of hair on somebody's face, and let's see if that works. All right, so this is totally off the cuff. I have not tried this before at all. Let's go into the dashboard. Again, I like to start with my apps. Create via chat. That's the one that I would like to do that with. Let's get started. I'd like to create an app that will add facial hair to someone's face. It should return an image of what the face will look like with varying amounts of facial hair. Let's see if it likes that. Okay, it says that sounds like a fun and creative app. To get started, I'll need a bit of information. The app name, I'm going to let it pick the name. App description, I'm going to let it pick the description. Facial hair options. Do you want to provide specific styles or types, such as beard, mustache, goatee? Yes, I'm going to ask it to do that. Image upload. That will users upload their own images, or will you provide sample images? I think I'm going to let the user actually upload their own image. They'll probably want to see what they look like with facial hair. Color theme, do you have any preference? No. Logo, would you like me to create the logo? As per your preferences, but number 3, as per your preferences, I'll let them pick it for number 3. And yes, create a logo. And let's see what it comes up with on its own. All right, it says, great, here's the configuration. Your app is set up to allow users to upload their photos and choose from different facial hairstyles. The logo has been generated and included in the configuration. If you need any changes or additional features, feel free and let me know. Okay, so we're looking on the right-hand side at the sample. So it's going to want us to upload a photograph and choose the facial hairstyle. Now, I don't know what's in the drop-down list until I generate the app. It may not be enough for me, so we'll see. Then we could always come back and edit it. So let's actually create the app now. It's already created, and we're going to copy. And now let's actually do a paste and go. And our facial hairstyler has done. It's transform your look. So let's upload the picture that I did before. This time, I'm going to do myself with no glasses on. All right. And now let's see how I look with a certain beard style. So we have beard, mustache, goatee, full beard. Let's do a beard and generate and see how it looks. And it did it. It gave me a darker beard than I would have liked. It didn't match my hair color exactly, but it did it. It shows what I would look like with a beard right there. Let's actually full screen that. Oh, it allows us to download the image now. So let's take a look. Yeah, I don't like myself with the beard. So we could continue to change this now. Now that we've achieved what we're trying to achieve, we could go in and we could ask for other changes, such as not fully grown in beard, right? Beard that matches the existing hair color, things of that nature. Or we could choose the different color of the beard. Now, another way to try to get better results, if you're not satisfied with how it is coming out, is to actually go back to the dashboard, pick Create from Template, and then choose a template that you can change. Okay, now let's go back in and let's take a look at some of the latest apps that have been coming to us now through the template. Okay, so we are going to create from template. We're just going to look at the templates. For instance, let's take a look at this new one, AI baby face generator. All right, we're going to deploy that, and we're going to just let it use everything that it would normally do on its own. So let's just scroll through everything, and it's just going to fill everything in for us. Remember, these are templates that then allow you to publish something separately. It's not going to change the template. It's going to change, if you make changes, only what you produce. So we produced something that basically is the same as all the suggestions from the template just now. We just copy that, and now we're going to paste and go, and we should have a baby face generator here. All right, so this one is gating us. It wants us to put in our name and email first. So Todd Gross, and then I'm going to put my email in here. And then I'm going to upload an image. And I'm going to give myself an image with, I think I'll give myself an image with sunglasses because that would make for a funny baby. And I'm going to write just as it's suggesting, generate baby version. Or describe specific traits. I'm going to generate baby version and see how I look as a baby. Come on, I didn't look like that as a baby. That is pretty funny, though. Funny indeed. Let me switch my screen back so you can see me. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First of all, what I wanted to show you was I also made an app based on one of the templates. It was Room Visualizer. And I'm going to show you something even better than this in the webinar in just about 10 minutes, right before we share the link to so that you could grab this amazing software. Because during the demo, I made an app in 40 seconds. I didn't just make the app, I make and tested the app in 40 seconds. And it's such a good app that I couldn't believe it. It almost brought tears to my eyes. And I'm going to show you that in about 10 minutes. But meanwhile, while I'm doing that, I just wanted to show you this one. One of the Room Visualizer apps is in there as a template. So this on the straight in front of you is an actual picture of a room upstairs in a loft. And then what I wanted to do is imagine that room if it had a futon in the back corner, if it had a railing instead of an improper railing like you see on the right, something that was proper, and a ping pong table in the middle, and a door on that little bathroom in the back. I wanted a barn door on it, and look what I got. I couldn't believe how well it finished the room off for me. You would think this is a photo, right? There's the futon in the back. We have right here the ping pong table in the middle, and there's a nice railing over here on the right. And it did the barn door. Again, that's with one of the apps that's already existing inside that you can deploy in just seconds. The other thing I wanted to tell you, in addition to the demo that we just did, is when I was getting ready to do that demo, I produced a couple of apps, as I think I mentioned in there. One was an app that actually would create prompts for the model VO3. All right, because VO3, of course, is that famous app that produces videos. So watch this video. I'm going to play it briefly for you. In the middle of it is where the cowboy comes in. And what I want you to watch is just how pro that video looks in terms of detail. And I'll stop it right after the cowboy part of the video. But then I want to show you the prompt that was created by the prompt creator that I had made inside AIWrappers.
I can't believe we were created with an app produced by AIWrappers.
Ain't had a decent beer in days. What's a cowboy got to do to get a cold one around here?
Okay, so that's what I wanted you to see, that little clip with the cowboy. And the reason I wanted you to see it is there was just so much detail in it. So this is the actual output that I got after putting in just a very sparse amount of information about what I was looking for from that video. Then this was the output I got. And then I made another app to produce videos like that. And I just plugged this from this app that I made that would produce the prompts for me. I plugged this into the other app I made, and that's how I got that cowboy video. Now, all this took, I'd say, about 15 minutes the other day. I first had to come up with the idea to produce the prompt. So this is, by the way, one of your bonuses for purchasing today is we're going to give you that actual VO3 prompt maker that I made the other night. And I'm a layman at this. Keep that in mind. But look at this. It gives the subject 45-year-old cowboy. That's what I had written. So there's nothing changed there. But now, as each thing, as you move down, it gets more and more complex to the point on additional details that really made this work. It says the bar is bustling with activity. I just said a bar. I didn't say bustling with activity. I said a bar with people. And in the background, a group of patrons dressed in period-appropriate attire engage in lively conversations and laughter. A couple of cowboys are playing cards at a nearby table, while a saloon girl serves drinks to a group of miners. All that was going on inside the video in the end when we plugged this in. Notice it wrote this actual prompt perfectly so that we'd get the output that we desired. And I thought that that was really, really cool. All right. What did you guys think of the demo so far, by the way? What did you think of what you saw on the inside and the ease of use? Remember, talk with me, be as proactive as possible. We'll reward somebody who is later in the webinar. And Luann, if you could pay attention, and Shannon, if you could watch, that would be great as to who is really being interactive. Charles says, mind blown, amazing, love it, absolutely wonderful, awesome, so cool. Thank you, Renee, Sandra, Catherine, Tony, Keith, Stephen, Roy. Wow, a lot of people. Thank you. I'm Bob, Charles, Tanya, Christine, Elaine. All right, now let's continue by talking about what kind of apps this actually makes. You've seen me do a lot of image apps and video apps, but to tell you the truth, there's really much, much more to it, as I've said all along. There's also newsletter and blog creators, like I showed you before when I made that TikTok script. We also made an actual pickleball blog the other day, and it came out wonderfully. We asked it to just do a chapter or a blog post on dinking. That's all we did. We just said, do a blog post on dinking. And any of you that play pickleball knows what dinking is. It's when you lightly hit it over the net into what's called the kitchen. But there's so much to it. There's so much strategy to it. And it knew every piece of strategy in the blog post that it created. It was a newsletter post. I was just so blown away by that. Then, of course, voice narrators. I haven't played much with the voice yet. I'm going to be doing that. I really am eager to dive in there with the voice stuff. We have video creators, as you know, resume builders, product description writers, language translators, virtual try-ons, and boy, we're going to really dive into that in a minute. Mood-based quote generators, interior design idea apps. We just looked at those photos I showed you a moment ago of the loft and how I was able to take that loft and put things into the loft. We also have an interior design suggestion one, which creates all the items for you. So I could have shown a picture of that loft and it would have automatically populated it with what it thinks best. And photo editing apps, and I'll give you a hint. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to go in and do a demo live, and I just did a photo editing app that blew me away. As I told you, it almost brought tears to my eyes. Just a little bit of best practices. Use clear and direct language. Experiment. Sometimes small tweaks leads to better tools. Try changing the wording of your request, perhaps. Test different AI models such as GPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. And remix successful apps by adding new twists and additions. I think I have an example of that right here. Yeah. Okay, so this app originally didn't have the ability to do two things at once. I showed you this one earlier. This was my text to video creator that I produced on my own real quickly, just by asking it. And what I did was originally I had a text to video app and I had an image to video app. In my text to video app, I went back in and I asked to add the ability to also flip-flop between the two, text to video or image to video. And notice at the top, it added that. It added choose functionality. I didn't request that. The AI thought of that as an idea. So it's a conditional response as to what you're going to do below it. So in this case, I wrote video from image, so I could now put an image in and then write a description of that image below it. I thought that was fantastic that it had thought that up on its own. That's an example of how you could tweak. All right, other best practices. The traits of high converting tools are pretty obvious. It brings instant value when a user gets something right away that's cool or useful. Now, remember, I said in a moment I'm going to go back in and do another demo. I'm so excited to show you because it really fits that. There's a clear purpose. Yep, the tool rewrites. Let's say your Instagram blog is clearer than saying AI marketing assistant. You got to give it a clear task and think shareable, something that someone would be excited about and want to show one of their family members or friends. All right. Think about that when you make apps. And now let's talk about how to monetize and build your business with these apps. You could sell them to local businesses. And boy, I'm going to give you an example that will blow your socks off in just a moment. You could sell them directly on social media. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money. You're getting their email address at the same time, right? You could sell them through ads. You could sell them through Google search. For instance, the one that I'm going to make in just a few minutes in front of your eyes would be perfect for Google search because people would actually be searching for it. You could sell them through sites like Warrior Plus. Now, that's a really interesting thought. One of my joint venture partners is Tony Hayes. He's a marketing genius. He's got a whole group of people that are so allegiant to him because he helps them be very successful. And he says, previously, I've spent $200 per month creating between 1 and 5 AI tools per day. My students are making thousands on Warrior Plus. Now, Warrior Plus is an actual place where you can sell apps. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you know what Warrior Plus is, and give me a 2 if you don't, because I'm going to be talking about it on and off in the next few minutes. A 1 if you know what it is, and a 2 if you don't. Well, unlike yesterday's crowd, you guys know what it is. So I'm really pleased about that because if we take a look at Warrior Plus in front of us right here, this is the top 10 products from yesterday. And so many of them are like an AI app that you could produce. Look at number 9. Do you know how long it would take for you to produce this one, number 9, 336 prompts for illustrated Bible stories for young children? That would take you less than a minute to create. And I just was blown away at that so many of these products we're looking at right here. Look at this, like number 3 is KDP Magic Covers. I mean, those are like ebook covers or something like that. It's just unbelievable how many things you'd be able to post on Warrior Plus that you have at your fingertips immediately upon getting this today. But it's not just about selling. No, not at all. It's about building your business. Like when I showed you my free monthly gift early on, you could use the AI tools to improve your own business, first of all, your own SEO website analysis, your own video creation, right? You could use clips, make videos from them. You may be doing this in your business already. You could give away as bonuses on the back of other stuff. Now, how would you do that? You'd go to another vendor and say, hey, I got a great bonus that you can be giving away to make your product seem even better. And then what you'd do is you'd collect the email every time somebody uses that bonus app, right? You could just give it away and then you'll be getting all those emails. You could give away AI tools to build your list in general. You could sell then other AI tools that you make to the same list that you create. That's what I did. That's how I was successful, but I didn't have the AI helping me out. I had to hire people or I had to find products that already existed to do this. You could sell other related software as an affiliate to that list, as a matter of fact, as well. In other words, not only can you sell directly your AI apps, but now let's say you got involved with a place like Warrior Plus or JV Zoo. Now that you have a list, you can be an affiliate for other products with larger AI things that people are producing. For instance, you could perhaps send out notice about this, about AI wrappers. although we have resellers for you, which you'll hear about. So building your business is, key here. But I really wanted to step back and show you the local business angle. And one of the local business angles that we thought of, and I have to actually give credit to my friend Mike for this. He thought this up, and it's just beautiful, is you could actually go to a clothing boutique as an example. Let's say you had one in your town and you look online for them and you notice that they're displaying the clothes that they have. You can actually sell to them on a monthly basis the use of your clothing try-on app. There is the real clothing try-on app is right in there. And to do it, all you have to do is you take a picture, like remember our Jennifer Lawrence picture from earlier, and then there's a picture of a peasant blouse that I took right there in the middle. And that's an actual photo from my camera. And then just in the app, I just said, I want to try that piece of clothing on Jennifer Lawrence and see how she looks. And on the right-hand side, you see exactly how she looks. Imagine going to a clothing boutique and saying, hey, you can have this on your website. You can have a link to this on your website so that people can try on the clothes in your store as they browse right through the store, the items in your store. Imagine that. So that's just an example of how you could monetize this on a regular monthly basis. Now, making free and paid tools to test your monetization, obviously. But remember, you could build your list with freebies and then sell the paid tools to that same list, as I mentioned before. And on the inside, you could use AIWrappers usage analytics. Once you create the app, there's usage analytics right in there, and you can see which performs better. And not only that, but you can collect the leads right inside each one of your apps that way, and then those leads will be produced in a CSV file. And the CSV file, of course, you can import into your autoresponder, and you could send out emails to them right from there. So that's basically how to monetize AIWrappers and build your business. But what makes this different, better than anything else that you've seen before? Well, first of all, everything is built in here. So it's not just the app creation. So we know of other ones that are out there that cost $200 a month. That's how much it costs. Okay. But ours, we have the app creation. We're hosted on the inside. The payments are hooked up on the inside. The analytics are there. And the list building is all there. It's all wrapped up into one. You have one-line chat prompts, of course, in over 50 languages, meaning you could just talk to this just by asking it, verbally, like you saw me do. Then we have white label for all the apps, meaning you rebrand the ones that are already in there your way. And the ones you make, you can make them your way with your name on them, with your colors, with the things that you want to have asked, back and forth. In other words, you could change the buttons, what's written on the buttons, etc., the colors, the style, the text. And of course, the editable templates are the big deal here because they can be deployed literally in 15 to 20 seconds. I just can't wait to show you what I just did. Plus, the one-time cost is way less than other wrappers. As I mentioned, way, way less than $200 a month. You only have a one-time fee here. And they're also very secure and scalable, ready for real use. Like every AI wrapper you produce is protected. Secure API handling, the keys are safe, isolated app execution. The apps run in a safe, sandboxed environments. The tech people out there know what I'm talking about. Automatic scaling. Your apps auto scale with demand. There's no setup needed. All right. I've been trying to get to this because I want to show you the inside one last time before we send you to the special launch offer, which I'll be doing in about 4 minutes from now. So hang in there. I'm sure you'll want to see this second demo. It's live. Let me grab it. As you know, I've been very excited about something I did while the demo was playing before, and I want to show you what it was. So what I like to do is, as you know, go to the third tab down, which says My Apps. And then I could create whether I want to, or I could look and see whether I want to just create the app on the upper left, create via chat. That's the easy way to do it. create from scratch, which is the non-easy way to do it, or create from a template, which of course is easy to do. So let's click that. Now, when I scrolled down and looked at the templates, I saw AI photo colorizer. It's already in there. So basically, I wanted to deploy that and watch. You could start with a stopwatch now and watch how fast this runs. I didn't make any changes though, okay? I just deployed it. So basically, here's your AI application. Here's the name. That's fine. The description is fine. I'm going to go with this logo. It's picked this particular replicate Flux Context Pro AI. That's fine. And next, everything in terms of the generate buttons and all that stuff, that's fine. I'm just going to go with it. And capture protection, I'm just going to call this public for free right now. I'm not going to password protect it or charge money for it. I'm just going to make this free. That's fine. And I'm going to let it make its own subdomain so that it hosts on our server. That's fine. So it's ready to publish. And now it's done. So we now have an AI photo colorizer live. It's already done. So I'm copying the link. I'm going to now post that link and go to it. And this is the app. It's done. Now let's actually use it. Remember, I said I did this a few minutes ago, and the reason I got such a quick kick out of it is because of how quickly it was able to give me a really good result. So I'm going to put my email in there. Remember, it's collecting the names and emails of folks as they use your app. And now I'm going to click or upload or drag, let's see, a picture. So I need to go into my desktop and pick a black and white picture. So what do we have here? We have a picture of me actually from 1972. 1972 on the right-hand side. You'll see that when I colorize it. It says editing instructions. I'll just write natural colorization like it's suggesting. Natural colorization. And now we're going to generate it. And we're going to wait a few moments, and then it's going to produce a photo. Hopefully, it will colorize it as good as it did before for me. And there it is. What do you guys think about this particular app that I created in seconds? We took a black and white photo from 1972. I'm on the right with sideburns that are down below my chin. Can you believe what you just saw done in 60 seconds? You can own this capability. You can have this power. And that's where we are today. All right, that was our second live demo. Let's talk about how you can get your hands on that. Can't believe that picture of me. All right, special launch offer is what we got for you today. Now, there's a couple of ways you could do this. We suggest that you wouldn't really want to get just the commercial version because it's limited to basically 10 AI apps, 5 AI chat messages per day, I should say, which means you can only go back and forth a few times when you're asking questions. You'd get 5 workspaces, 2 custom domains, and 1 year of hosting. But what we want to do is package a whole bunch of things together for you for this webinar. So not only would you get that, but you'd get what normally would be in our first upgrade, where we unlock all the pro models as well. Those are those image and video models. We'll unlock 20 pro templates immediately as well. So you'll have like 120 templates instead of 100. And then you get an additional 10 pro templates per month for 12 months and 1 year of future updates as we make the changes. And you get 10 AI chat messages a day, which means you can actually go back and forth. You still get 10 apps per day to make. Now, the AIWrappers Platinum, that's also going to be included in our package, means you can control the usage of your apps. Now, remember, you have apps in the back end that are going to be actually charging you money for when people use it. I have to admit that, but most of these that you select can be free. You could use Gemini, or you could use OpenAI, which is nearly free, and it won't cost very much for you at all, pennies. But if you do want to use some of the AIs that are in there that may cost a little bit more money, then what happens is you have to consider that you are getting the value of the lead that you're getting, or you're getting the value because of the money you get for the charge that you're going to charge for your app. But you could control the usage to keep your costs way down. All right. And that's in there with our second upgrade. And that's included in the package that we put together. We also have that capture protection against spam and bots. You'll be getting that when you get the package. You get the full usage history, including the user inputs and AI outputs, and of course, the CSV file with everybody's name. And you could remove the AI wrappers branding entirely when you get that second upgrade. In other words, it won't say produced by AI wrappers. It'll say produced by Todd or whatever your name is. And you're also going to be getting the agency, which is going to help you tons in selling those local and even some online clients, with unlimited workspaces and 10 additional custom domains and done for you assets and a landing page as well, so that you could wrap in those customers and get them to purchase from you. And you also get this, the reseller's license. You could resell everything that I just mentioned above. You get 50 reseller accounts because of the package that we put. So not only can you sell the apps you make, but you can sell AI wrappers itself to 50 people. That's right. And you can actually purchase as many 50 count packages as you want. And we'll talk about that later in the webinar, which is coming to a conclusion, so it's not far away. But today we're offering not those things individually, but something better. It's the bundle, of course. All those things I just talked about are together included, wrapped up into one. Just like AI Wrappers wraps up all the AIs, we've wrapped all those things into a bundle that you could get today. That is the commercial, the pro, the platinum, the agency, and the reseller, 50 licenses all included. Isn't that crazy? Now, in addition to the bundle, if you really want to go crazy with this, which you guys really should do, we have a mega unlimited bump on the inside. And the first 25 people to get the mega unlimited bump will be getting a very special bonus where we'll actually set up your first app for you. 25 people. So get ready to grab that bump so that you'll be one of the first 25. When I say we'll set it up for you, I mean we'll set it up for you, so you don't have to think it all. You just give us your idea, and even if it's a little bit more complicated, we'll discuss that back and forth with you. We'll hone in on it, and we'll do all the chatting back and forth to make sure that it's produced absolutely correctly. Now, you know how easy it is to produce these, but if your idea is just a little bit more complicated, then we'll help you do that for your first actual app. How about that? So, with that in mind, are you guys ready to grab AI Wrappers, the bundle, and of course the unlimited bump? I want to hear from you if you are ready to see that buy link. Let me know. And the reason I'm stalling for just a second is to get you guys back to the keyboard. Yep, I've got some readies. We have Tanya and Jerry and Renee. Let's go, Todd, says Charles. Oh, yes, sure, yes, ready, let's go. Woohoo, says Lily, and whoop, whoop, says Tony. Thank you, I appreciate that. And here we go. AI Wrappers bundle. This is all it costs for all those things. Because you're using a special coupon AI bundle, it's $188. Go now. And remember, when you get there, you are also going to pick this up if you want to be one of those first 25 to get your app done for you and to give you the superpower of having unlimited apps, unlimited messages, unlimited custom domains, where you collect unlimited leads, and 3 years of unlimited hosting. That's a one-time only charge for something that obviously is going to tax our system quite a bit, but we figured it out and we should be fine if we price that at $297 for you for the unlimited. Now, on the inside, don't forget, you see on the bottom left there where it says payment options on the bottom left, look closely. That's where you need to put an AI bundle so that you don't go paying that $268. You pay the $188. All right, that's on the bottom left. And above that is where that bump is. If you check that box right there where it says AIWrappers Mega Unlimited for $297, right there. Okay, that is what you have to do. You have to check that so that you could get that as well and be one of the first 25. Here, let's just focus in on that a little bit more. There's that AIWrappers Mega Unlimited. It's just a checkbox. And again, the Fast Start VIP bonus, it's the done-for-you AI app setup. The first 25, now we did sell out of these last night completely. So if you got sold out and that's why you're here today, then obviously grab it because it could sell out again. The first 25 Mega Unlimited buyers will set up your first app for you. Now, as a special bonus for attending the AIWrappers webinar and grabbing the Mega Unlimited, this is how it works. We'll personally set up your first AI app inside your own AIWrappers account with your branding, your idea, and your use case. You can make it a little bit more complex if you want, since we will help you. There's no setup stress. Just send us what you want. We'll build the first one for you, but this is strictly limited to the first 25 people who grab the Mega Unlimited during the live webinar. And we have bonuses for you as well. And then in just a moment, I'm going to be getting to some of those cash reimbursement prizes. The bonuses that you are getting were made with AIWrappers, including my very own VO3 prompt writer app. I made it. I showed it to you earlier in the webinar, and it will be yours as a bonus for purchasing. And if you forgot what it looks like, it produces copy like this. Remember when I read you those additional details on the bottom? The bar is bustling with activity. In the background, a group of patrons dressed in period-appropriate attire. Remember all that? Okay. And also for purchasing, a brand icon generator. In other words, create app logos in 60 seconds. We're giving you that as well as a bonus. And we're giving you the AI explainer video script generator. You know what explainer videos are. They're a specific kind of video that's proven to be very successful. That will produce the script for them after you fill in some of the blanks. And we're giving you the AI pricing strategy assistant, also created with AIWrappers. That is going to be yours as a bonus. And the app landing page copy generator, also as a bonus for purchasing. After you buy the bundle, we are offering an opportunity to purchase additional reseller accounts as well, because some of you just like that idea of reselling the software itself. And again, ask for the link in the question answer box after making your initial purchase if you want additional reseller accounts. And here it is, the AIWrappers bundle. And thank you. So many of you have hung on this webinar. Very few have left. And I am so excited that you're here and that you're getting this. Now, additional costs. Yeah, there are some ongoing costs, but not from us. It depends on which AI model you use. I explained this before. It depends on the amount of usage by you and your users. But from what we've tested, your monthly cost should be under a few dollars for text-based apps. For image and video apps, the costs, depending on what you use, may be higher. So for instance, I would not utilize VO3 at this time to make an app unless I was making a good app and getting a lot of money for it. So even though I showed off that it can use VO3, VO3's price is destined to come down shortly, but it hasn't yet. And therefore, you have to be careful with something like VO3. All right, so I just wanted to warn you about that, but the cost is very reasonable, but there are some ongoing costs, low costs for, let's say, the text-based apps and things like that, which you should be able to handle easily because you get an email address, again, when you give these away, and you get, of course, the actual money from people when you sell them. But no ongoing costs from us. And there are instructions on the inside, really good instructions you saw on making the integrations so that everything is going to work smoothly for you.